Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for September 9th, 10th, and 11th, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, because this is the weekend, I am going to use my Radley Valentine Angel Tarot cards, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will pull a card from my Angels of Abundance with Doreen and Grant Virtue. And I will also pull one from my Emily Anderson crystal deck. Now, for the overview, and remember, this is just the introduction if you're new here. Basically, down in the description, I have the timestamp where you can jump to your regular readings, but I do ask if you would watch the introduction at least one time, okay? But this is going to be the introduction that's tagged on to all of the videos. So you'll see this over and over again if you don't jump. Okay, so for the introduction, I will do a reading with my Waite Rider traditional and my Colette Baron read the Good Tarot. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks with Reiki energy. Remember, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I'm an intuitive channeler. That means I open myself up to higher power, Holy Spirit, God, whoever that is you want to call, and I just ask for the guidance, and I ask for the words, and I ask for blessings for you, for me, and that the words be true and that they resonate with someone out there. Anyway, let's see what we've got going on with just the planetary movements. I do have this posted on my website, so you may want to look at that if you want to just kind of glance to see. Right now, because we do have Mercury going retrograde on the 10th. So as of the 10th, we will have 6 planets retrograde. Actually, the 9th, 10th. And that's going to be Jupiter, which is in Aries, Mercury, which is in Libra. Right now, we have Neptune in Pisces, Pluto in Capricorn, Saturn in Aquarius, and Uranus in Taurus. So we've got a lot of interesting energy. And Mercury goes retrograde really the evening of the 9th at 11:35 p.m., and that would be Eastern Standard Time. So 2 planets are direct right now. Mars, which is in Gemini, and it's going to be there for like 8-9 months, I think. And then we now have Venus in Virgo. So that, but those 2 are going direct. A lot of retrograde energy, and retrograde energy means a lot of digging up of the past, digging up of the present, and also a little bit of laying new foundations for the future. So what's going on the 10th? Let's go here. The 10th, again, Mercury is retrograde now, 8 degrees Libra. There is a full moon in Pisces, and that's at 17 degrees. Now, this is a really strong wishing moon. Pisces is your deepest desires, your deepest hidden wants. Now, you also need to know that the full moon is conjunct with Neptune, which is also in Pisces. Dreams, again, deep energies there. Remember, Neptune is retrograde, so really digging up maybe some old memories and old wants and thoughts. Now, the full moon is squaring Mars in Gemini. Now, squaring puts a little pressure. It's, there's some pressure put on the full moon. Mars in Gemini. Mars is the god of war. Gemini is the twins, and very much, very intellectual, very thought-provoking type of energy. And it's really putting some pressure on that full moon to deliver. And then on the 11th, we have the sun, which is in Virgo, trining, which is, again, a very positive energy with Uranus. And that is the, expect the unexpected, which is now retrograde in Taurus. So the 10th and the 11th have some really strange energies, very positive energies. Uranus and Mars is really making things maybe a little more unexpected. So you might, and Mars in Gemini is really pushing for things to be done. So interesting stuff with that. I did post the Schumann resonance for today. I don't post it unless I'm seeing something a little bit on the odd side, or unless it's in that really white zone. And this one today was in the odd zone. Okay, I don't know, does this break or something? It was just very odd energies going on. So take a look at that. Let me know what you think about it. So let's go on for this weekend. So that we do have the strong full moon with, Neptune being, what did I say it was, conjunct with Neptune? Anyway, with Neptune, which is in Pisces, it is a really strong wishing moon. So again, remember, the moon to me is not, I do not worship the moon, but I do look at it as a divine creation, and it does affect the earth. The moon cycles does affect the moon, does affect the earth. So it is one that, it's one of those times to release what's holding you back, relinquish what you don't need anymore, and request the good stuff. Okay? So release, relinquish, and request. You can start that like 3 days before, 3 days after. But it is a very strong, it is about wishes, it is about dreams, it is about wanting more in our lives. And that's always a good thing, especially everybody that's watching, you are light workers, you are stargazers, you are star seeds. So you wouldn't be here except that there's something calling you here. So interesting weekend energy that, and it's interesting even that, September, except that those planets are, there's pressure put on those planets that are retrograde, the planets are putting pressure on us, with the retrograde energy. It's almost like, I don't know, is there a game being set up? It just feels like there's an anticipation, there's a watchfulness, there's a wanting, and it just feels like there's a readiness being made. Okay. I did take the weekend off for answering comments, but, because I was kind of on the computer light, okay? I really wasn't on the computer every day, and that's where I answer my comments, but I was watching on my phone. It's just that it's not easy to answer you the way I want to answer you. So thank you for all those comments. I really enjoyed them, and I really appreciate all the support you give me with that. Okay, let's go on now. Let's see what we've got here. Remember, anything reversed to me has a really strong, like, hey, let's pay a little more attention to this. Not that we don't pay attention to the others. It's just this was kind of like I really want you to notice and take note of this message. Okay, let's see what higher power, God, Holy Spirit, wants to say. And again, you don't have to have the belief system that I do. Take what I say and just adapt it to your own language, okay? I do believe we were all placed in certain spots in order to keep people's vibrations very high. Right, so here we go. 1, 2, and 3. 3 cards. All of them are face down. Let's see, I should move this down just a touch. Here we go. Let's see what we have here. First card. This one's been coming up a lot, hasn't it? In the overview, in the what's going on in the universe. So we have that 4 of Pentacles. 4, again, stability, leadership, organization. We have the King holding his money closely, almost cherishing his money. There is the Pentacle, because Pentacles is earth energy, money energy, tangible energy. This is our Capricorn and our Taurus and our Virgo. Now, we are in Virgo season, but Virgo doesn't have a lot of planetary action except that it's got the sun in it right now. But, Uranus and Capricorn are, in that retrograde energy. So there is a lot of really holding your money dear, cherishing it in some ways, not necessarily putting it first for everything, but it is, guarding your money. There is a guarding energy right here. Thinking about money, there is money that's in that crown energy, but it is also crown. And remember, when we talk about chakras, the seventh chakra, from going from the bottom to the top, is the crown chakra. Now, so there's one thought that we can go with this, is that we're going to be thinking about money. It's going to be really kind of, very much in our minds, in our thoughts. But the other that I like to think, especially with the crown, is that crown chakra, and that there is a higher power that will be providing what it is we need. I have had many times in my life, I've gone through many ups and downs in financial cycles, and I know that it wasn't due to my wisdom at all, but I have been provided for. And then also we have the Pentacles under the feet. Now, I do find it interesting that, I don't know, is he wearing socks or is he wearing half boots? Let's say he's wearing half boots. But again, he's standing firm on his money. Or he's not standing, he's sitting. He's sitting, but the money again is underneath his feet. We have, I'm not quite sure where I'm going with that one just yet, but we have the city on the one side that has, has the colors in it. We have the city on the other that has the gray in it. Not sure where we're at with that either. So let's go on and we'll see. There is something about this, and I love to hear what you think about this. What you're thinking about this King of Pentacles, and he has been coming up. Not every overview reading, but he has been coming up a lot in our readings. So guarding money, thinking of money, protecting our money maybe even. But again, the crown, the fact that he has a crown, I am thinking that, we have to trust. We have to trust higher power to provide for us. Here we go. Next card is, we have that Two of Cups. Now, not so much with this card, but cup energy is our water energy. So that's our Pisces. We've got that full moon in Pisces right now. Scorpio, we have the South Node in Scorpio. So that's an interesting that's another type of video that I've not made. So there's a lot of past energy with Scorpio. It is Cancer energy. And that is fluid, it is romantic, very spiritual, very the feels, the good feels, the bad feels, the happy feels, the sad feels, okay? So it is, the cups, this is a two. Two has choices, decisions, and it's also coming together energy here. And this one is generally the one that says, that people, you are coming together. You are joining together. You are sharing in something that is very spiritual and very major too. So here we go here. We have the cups. The cups are something that holds your fluids. We have the flowers around the man, and we have the olive leaves or the laurel around the woman. So there could be some, and then we have this, is that a griffin? I'm not very sure about that, but there is something that's very magical and mystical. Is that our sign for medicine? Not quite sure about that either. But there is a connection here. There is something about joining together and, keeping spirits light, but keeping spirits very, very, very loved. Okay, community. But could also be, if this was a individual reading, it could be twin flame, it could be soulmate energy too. Here we go. Our next card is, now we come to that Queen of Pentacles. Now the Queen, all of the court cards, and I like that I can say it now because I won't say it in the individual readings. All of the court cards have dual energies. The pages, underlying energy is Pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, like I said. It is Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, money, job, career. The Knight's underlying energy is fire or rod energy, and that is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Remember, Jupiter is still in Aries. Passionate, burning, very determined energy. Now we come to the Queen. Underlying energy is that water again. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Pisces is that full moon right now. Fluid, emotional, spiritual energy too. And then we come to the King, whose underlying, and that would be the King of Swords, whose underlying energy is air, which would be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. And Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra all have stuff going on. So does the earth energy too. Water has a little bit of going on, and fire energy only has, which is still quite big, the Jupiter in Aries going on here too. So the Queen, underlying is that water energy, but it's also overlying is that pentacle energy, that earth energy. The Queen wants to make sure that she is taken care of, but also that her people are taken care of. And she doesn't necessarily want to take care of them in just meager ways. She wants to make sure that their needs are such that they're not going to, want more, that they'll be satisfied. So the Queen of Pentacles The earth energy here, she's a very loving energy. She's a very providing energy. She is a very much, a queen that wants to just make sure that there's no, that the people aren't wanting. Okay, so we've got some interesting money energy going on here, but then we have that water energy going on too. So there is something about, making sure that our physical needs are being met, but at the same time, our spiritual needs are being met too. So it's an interesting weekend. It's an interesting dynamic for this weekend. Okay, let's go on now. The Colette Barrett, right? Colette Barron read. Let's see what the Good Tarot has for us. Let's see. Higher Power, what do you have here for us? Because I feel like there's a lot, there's a lot of masculine energy. There's a lot of feminine energy. It's a it is a balanced energy with all that's going on in that earthly and spiritual realm. So interesting here. Let's see. Let's see what we've got going. Okay, here we go. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, I wasn't going to do 3, but I guess we're going to do 3. Here we are. Here we are. We only do 1, but let's do our 3, and let's see what we've got here. Next card. That's the King of Air. Remember I told you air energy, Aquarius, Libra, and Virgo, and Gemini energy. The king is very much a ruler. This king really, knows a lot. This is one that has experienced a lot, but he also rules with his head. He does not rule with his heart at all. Some people might say that he's a little bit cold-hearted with this, but he is somebody that says, we need to do what we need to do. So not necessarily warm and cuddly, but at the same time, not necessarily unjust either. There's a lot of justice with the King of Air. Okay, here we go. Next card. We have that 9 of Earth energy. So 9 is, let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. That earth energy is basically that same, the pentacle energy. So whatever this is going on, there's a lot of wisdom, there's a lot of smarts with this. It may not necessarily be something that connects with our hearts. We might be feeling why, but then the answer is it's like, this is the way things are being done. 9 of Earth does say that you will have your needs met. And sometimes the 9 of Earth is about having some of your wishes met also. So here we go. Last card, the Page of Air. So it's interesting that when we had the Queen of Pentacles, it has a combination between the Pentacles and the what was this? The water energy. So the Page of Air now has the earth energy, because remember, underlying is the page, and we have that air. So this does have and pages, very much so, they love new projects. They love to start on new things. They believe that they can get through a lot of these things. A lot of this could be something to do with a job. It could be a career. It could be just even a way of tangible life. However, we have that air energy. The air energy does say that there can be some challenges. The air energy does say that, it's not necessarily an easy route to go down. However, that page is very enthusiastic. That page wants to try. And so there's a lot of interesting stuff. Spiritual, earthly energies being met. Yet at the same time, we really need to be very, the world is basically being very concise, very strategic, very, this is the way, these are the steps that need to be happening, need to be taken place. Needs are being met, though it might be a bit of a challenge for this weekend. Okay, now, you know what I'm going to tell you. Please comment. Tell me what this means to you. And why don't we now, and remember, when you're looking at these and you're, like I said, jumping past the introduction, remember that many people cross-watch. They watch their rising, ascending, moon, Venus, Mars and Mercury. Okay? Please take a moment to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. You keep my channel moving, and you keep me growing, and you keep me on air, and I really do appreciate that. So why don't we start our videos now? And hello to my Aquariuses. How are you? Oh, interesting stuff. Interesting as always, my Aquariuses. Now, October is going to be an interesting month for you, and I think it'll be an interesting month in a good way for you too. I do think so, because what is Saturn? Is it going direct at that time? I don't know. It's just there's some switches. I don't quite remember what it is, but there might be some switches for you. I just feel like it's going to be an interesting, but a good, interesting month for you. So let's keep moving forward towards that month. Mercury goes into Libra. Mercury goes retrograde while in Libra, so there is some of that happening too. I feel like you've got a skein of yarn. If anybody knits, I do not, and it's unraveling so that it can create something better. Okay, you're getting the knots out. You're getting the knots out. Anyway. Whatever, whoever that's all about. Let's see what we've got. Reversed. Here we go. Make a wish. Make a wish. This is the 9 of water, 9 of cups. 9, let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. Water is our cup energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Pisces, full moon. Like I said, you're getting the knots out. You're getting the, the KNOTS. And sometimes some of the knots, like, oh, you're not to do that. You're not to do this. You're not. You're getting them out. So there's a lot of, I can do this. A lot of with the knots, the KNOTSs, it's a lot of the problems. It's a lot of the misunderstandings. But then with the NOTSs, it's like, no, you're not going to tell me, you are not you, but you are not going to tell me I can't do this. I can do this. So there's a lot of the knots coming out, and it's just it's weird how you can have the ability to grab onto that, and you can have the ability to really make some major changes. Now, it could start with this month. I mean, it could start with even this weekend, or maybe you've been working towards that, and now it evolves. It opens up for you. But this is the 9 of water. This is the wish card. And this tells you your wish comes true, concerns fade away, a love of life. Here we go. Next card is strength. So we have a 911. Also, too, if you think about it, we have we are in September, and we are coming up to the 11th. So that could be something very strong for you, too. The strength card is Archangel Ariel. There is strength through kindness. There is strength through love. There is strength through gentleness. So this has also, so we have the 11 again. The 11 is that 1 and the 1, so 1 new beginning, new start. 10 plus 1, 10 is transitional into a new start. 1 plus 1 is a 2. 2 becomes a decision, a choice. It also becomes a coming together. We have Archangel Ariel, who has a lot of earth energy also, has a lot of love for the earth. We are in an earth sign. So there's a lot of things going on here for my Aquariuses that just keep saying, be strong, keep pushing forward. Now, you don't want to do anything with you don't want to, push forward with aggressiveness per se, as much as assertiveness, but you also have to know that you're doing the right thing. You're going the right direction. You're doing what is needed to be done. Again, there is kindness, there is grace with this strength. But there is strength. There is strength. And, I tell you never to pray for strength, because when you pray for strength, for those of you who might be praying for that, you are put into positions where you have to be strong. Okay. Great inner strength, release harsh judgments, forgiveness, and compassion. So strength is always an interesting energy. That's always an interesting card to have. Next card is reversed. Ego. So we have a 1 and a 5. So 5, or 3 5s. 5, 5, 5, change. 1 and a 10, again, what I just said. 5, change. Positive, negative, it's always about the change. Now, 1 plus 5 is a 6. 6 is the number of man, so it's the energies you put into something. Ego, we have Archangel Jophiel. Jophiel has a lot of creativity. Now with ego is an interesting thing. So sometimes we know we need to say we're sorry. Sometimes we know we need to make amends, but our ego doesn't allow us to do that. Our ego says, I'm not going to make a change. I'm not going to make anything different until that person comes to me. They have to say it first. Well, I guess the thing that I'm saying with the ego is look to see why you're not making the change, why you're not connecting with that other person. Now, the other thing about ego is facing fears. And ego is looking at your fears and looking at yourself and saying, is there some reasonability for this? But also, if you go back, ego, this 15, is also the devil card. And the devil card, you have these two people that are changing in front of your eyes. So sometimes maybe you're looking in the mirror, and it might not be your ego. It could be someone else's. But you're looking in the mirror or you're looking at other people and you're like, I can't even recognize them anymore. I can't, they're changing in front of me. Where did they even come from? So it is about facing fears. It is about trying to let go of the fears that hold you. Remember, I'm always saying this one. Fear is a tool of the devil. So there's something going on. But you have the wish card. You have the strength card. Who and what is it that you're facing that has this ego going on with it? What is the devil that you're facing? What is the devil that you might even have to be, having to make some changes from, or escape from, or leave? A lot of times we do feel, again, with this card, it's easier to stay with, it's easier to stay in our own situation than it is to make the changes. So, interesting with ego here for you, okay? Very interesting. The wish card is a metaphysical thing saying, you've got, hey, we'll open doors for you. Do you have the strength to open those doors? Or do you stay in where you're at? And I'm not even talking about work or marriage or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, ego keeps you from making those changes. Ego keeps you almost paralyzed. So who is that for? Whoa. Sorry, my Aquariuses. I don't feel that this is not, I feel like this is something that when you face this, you're like, oh, heck no, you're not holding me down. So, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So, interesting with that. 9115, 51119. So, there is a lot of that one energy, which is all about that new beginning, new choices. And that wish, you've got the full moon, the wish. But again, too, I was saying that October I felt like was some major opening up for you, too. So let's see. Higher power, what do we have for our Aquariuses? It does feel like you're facing a lot of things this week, and you will do really well with whatever it is you face. Here we go. Now, we have a 12. 12, 1, again, 1, new beginning, 10, transition, 2 is choices, decisions. Also, 1 plus 2 is a 3, 3 is creativity. This is the hanged man energy. This is the sacrifice energy. This is the one that, that guy's he's hanging by his one leg, and yet he seems to be at peace. This is looking at things differently. However, in this deck, this is your sacrifice pays off. And some of my Aquariuses have had this before. Your sacrifice pays off. Maybe you've been scrimping and saving in order to get some money to do something, okay? But this has a lot of that. Now, so maybe your sacrifice is paying off. You have to look at her. She is rising from the dirty old water. She's pristine. She is not worried at all. Her hands are in supplication. She's got this wonderful rainbow above her head. She's got these beautiful little flowers that I never really noticed, except I think maybe in the last 2 months, also as clouds. So things are coming up roses for her. This has a lot of your sacrifices paying off. The things that you've been doing is paying off. Keep praying, keep meditating, keep the faith. Keep the faith. Again, there is, not to say that there's never fear, but keep the faith. Anyway, 3 major arcanas plus the wish card. There's something here for you, my Aquarians. Okay, angels of abundance. Let's see what the angels of abundance have to say for my Aquariuses. Let's see what this is all about. So you've got a really big metaphysical weekend happening this weekend. A lot of soul searching, but a lot of, stay strong, be strong. Okay, here we go. Dreams of abundance. Now this has popped up for somebody else, I think. I can't remember what. No, this is brand new. Okay, dreams of abundance. As you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas, answers, and solutions. This is really important for you, my Aquarians here. Be sure to record your dreams in a journal because they contain valuable insights that will help you manifest your desires into reality. Really, very much so. Now, I know I'm not someone that journals. Sorry. Do as I say, not as I do. But my Aquarians, you are more of a journaler than I am. So journal it, because as you sleep, God, your angels, and your higher self are giving you divinely guided ideas. So I love that. Let's see. Crystal or energy for my Aquarians. So interesting metaphysical energy for you this weekend. Sacrifice is paying off. You have to stay strong. Your wishes are coming true. I know you've gone through a lot. It's almost like you've thrown off an old cloak, a cloak that was very comfortable. Things are happening. Reversed. Green aventuring. Good luck, prosperity, new opportunities, heart healing. A lot of green there. Green, healing, heart, money. Okay, so what have you been sacrificing, my Aquariuses? Because it does feel like your sacrifice has paid off. Again, that 9 of water, your wishes coming true. Take a moment now to comment, like, share, subscribe. Click on that bell for notifications. As always, my Aquariuses, know that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.